afternoon and welcome to Expanding Horizons on Plains FM 96.9. It's another lovely Saturday afternoon here in the big city of Christchurch. And of course, we're all in our own little bubbles. Stu's over there in his bubble. How you going, Stu?
Yeah, I'm good. And if you're watching this on YouTube, then it's so lovely that I've drawn my curtains.
Yeah, that's right. I got mine drawn too. Yeah. And Ingrid, you've just got the wall of lovely glowing lights behind you.
Got my fairy lights out. Yeah.
Is that what fairy lights? And is that your coat rack over there over your other shoulder?
There we go.
I don't think you can say that.
Sorry. Okay.
She started already.
So scratch that.
She started already.
Look, there's a painting.
Yeah.
I remember last time it was a bit swear fest.
I can't help it.
It was a swear fest last time you were on air, wasn't it?
Probably.
Potty mouth Ingrid, they call it.
Anyway,
Should have changed the band name. Ingrid and the Potty Mouths.
We'll come back. We'll come back to Ingrid because last week on the show, Colin, you're supposed to be doing this link already. But anyway, last week on the show we had Marina Bloom.
Oh, we did. How great was talking to Marina? And
yeah,
she showed us some artwork as well. And I think she sent that to you on her Facebook.
Yep, I've put it onto our Facebook page so that people can see that. Yep, absolutely.
And get on there.
We did, and I edited together the show so that people could actually see our faces on YouTube.
Yeah, that's pretty scary for people, hey? Yeah.
So,
right.
But plainsfm.org.nz if you want to have a listen to that show and catch up with our other shows. You can also catch us on iTunes as well. We are there. That's a link we haven't done before.
We're everywhere, Stu, aren't we?
Wow, yeah, mostly.
Well, when you say everywhere, I mean nowhere, really.
Mostly.
Yep.
Now, Cole, I thought I'd tell you that it's been a big week for me.
Has it? Why's that?
Because I've given some things up and I've found some other things.
Ooh, have you?
Yeah.
What have you given up? What have you given up? I'm interested, Stu.
Well, after 10 years, I'm not going to be doing junk mail deliveries anymore for my kids.
Woohoo! All right, go Stu. He had Folder's elbow for a while there.
I did 10 years, so I sent in their resignation, even though it's been my third job.
How relieved are you, Stu? You've got your mornings back or your evenings.
I am actually quite relieved because it's been a bit of a nuisance this week. But anyway, I'll miss the walk, I'll miss all the letterboxes.
Yeah.
Yeah, become my friends.
Yeah, that's right. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing, Stu. Well done.
I'll
it's hard to give up, though, right? That $10 extra a week that you get.
And I'll miss all the looks from people at why this 50-year-old man is doing deliveries. but that's okay.
Yeah,
that's okay. And
what have you taken up?
Well, last year during lockdown, if you remember, I did a show and I sort of reconnected with people from high school from a particular year, 1987,
I remember
when we were at high school. So for one reason or another, we've now reconnected with some people when I used to work at Pizza Hut many years ago. So people within... So,
you can see where this is going, Ingrid, can't you? It's not good, is it?
So from about 1987 to 1992, 3-ish, when we had a particular crew at Aranui Pizza Hut here in Christchurch, which doesn't exist. Well, the building's still there, but it's a pub now. Right. So yeah, that's been interesting too, to reconnect with some people.
So on Facebook or?
Yeah, we have done it on Facebook. It's just
that's cool.
So yeah, I've dragged out some old photos and some things like that.
He reckons he had a rock star haircut in those days, Ingrid. I'm just
I did have a rock star haircut. I don't know if you can see that.
Look at that.
That's from that's actually from school.
I can't quite see it.
Is that you on the left?
Yeah,
wow.
That's me.
Oh, Ingrid, you're lucky you can't.
No, that's great.
But anyway.
You can see why, like, Frankie Goes to Hollywood with that haircut, can't you?
And there was this one too.
Oh,
which has a story behind it, but that's okay. We won't go on too much.
Nice.
Let's play some music, Colin.
No, yeah, let's get anything to get us distracted away from that, Stu. So yeah, first song today is Vapor Trail by Ride. And so quintessential shoegazing dream pop band from the early 80s, I reckon. And this was the last track on their first album. And so this is it, Ride with Vapor Trail. You are back on Expanding Horizons on Plains FM 96.9 with Cole and Stu and Ingrid, and you were just listening to Ride with their amazing track Vapor Trail. And should we get on the platform?
We should get on the platform. I haven't got any special music this week like I had last week for Marina, so we'll just do our normal platform.
Do it. Okay, so we are on the platform today with Ingrid, and people will remember, I remember Ingrid's name, Ingrid and the Ministers. And that was over a year ago, over just the week, I think, before we went into lockdown, Ingrid. So welcome back. It's wonderful to see you and hear you. And last time we were in the studio, but this time...
I was just going to say, as I remember it, Cole, we didn't shake hands or do anything like that.
Yeah.
No.
True. It was a socially distant.
I think we bumped... Actually, I remember last time we bumped ankles.
What?
That was a whole thing.
Yeah,
Do you remember,
I think we did. Yeah, we kind of kicked each other. But
yeah. That's it. Yeah, I've still got the bruise. I'm old now. I don't heal very well.
And we bought some dodgy t-shirts
out of the
back of the car, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So dodgy.
They were great t-shirts. Dodgy as, I tell you.
Actually, what I meant to say, we bought some t-shirts out of the back of a dodgy car.
Yeah,
I got that.
Oh, and that's it. Oh,
look at that.
Yeah. Did I send that to you? Yeah, I sent that to you with the vinyl. Yeah.
You did. When we bought the vinyl. Yeah. So thank you very much.
Welcome.
Thank you very much.
And I've got
look at that. I still got mine.
We got all the merch.
The stickers.
There you go. Look at that.
Amazing.
Are you feeling uncomfortable now, Ingrid?
A little bit.
You're like, these two guys have got no life.
Yeah, we're not obsessed.
We're not obsessed at all.
Anyway, let ask some questions, Cole.
Yeah, I was going to say. So it's been over a year, Ingrid, and you went back home and then straight into lockdown. So how was it? How was the lockdown for you?
Oh, I loved last
musically.
lockdown. Last lockdown. Well, it was tough because we didn't get to play our last two shows, including our Wellington show, which is our home show for the tour. So it was we were a bit gutted that we couldn't do that. But I just wrote a bunch of, I don't know, I did just a lot of self-reflection and a lot of writing and like trying to...
No, did you?
Playing, and just trying to, just trying to get better at guitar. I just spent a lot of time like trying to learn riffs and, and upskill basically. Well, sounds very bad, but like, I didn't find it was more of a like experimenting with different, different ways of playing that I hadn't really played before. And a lot of it, to be honest, some of it stuck, a lot of it didn't, but I felt like it was a good kind of playing around time. Yeah.
Right. And so I was going to say that. So that stuff that didn't stick, Ingrid. I was going to say that stuff that didn't stick. I mean, maybe it just wasn't your thing, right? And it's not part of your playing style.
Exactly. I was trying. There were, I think, 2 or 3 songs I wrote that I then tried to play at. I started going to lots of open mics and just doing solo gigs when we came out of lockdown. And I was just like, oh, these are terrible. I hate them. I hate this kind of, style. I don't know what I'm trying to do here. It's awful. So I just kind of stopped. I was just like, okay. And it was kind of, what was it? It was definitely like leaning back into like folkier stuff because I was playing on my own a lot. I didn't feel like I wasn't rocking out with a band. I was kind of more introspective. So I was writing like just more finger picking stuff and like experimenting, like playing, I love Aldous Harding. I was like, what if I put on a voice, when I sing, like what's my, potential? And I came out of it being like, no, this doesn't work for me.
You could have sung in like a Scottish accent or something like that.
Right? I tried going a bit Kate Bushy on it as well,
running up that hill.
Wuthering Heights. No.
Wuthering Heights.
So I mean, but it was great because
Joni Mitchell, maybe you could have done something.
Yeah. But that stuff I never hadn't had the confidence to really give it a good go, or just kind of trying to. Well, I just didn't, and so it was cool having that time and space to go like into something and be like, oh no, that's not where I actually want to go.
Yeah. Because as a recording artist, Ingrid, when people listen to your stuff and they go, right, I like this, and if they go along and go, she's doing something, I don't think I like this, I wonder if there's some sort of tension there for you to do more of the same because it's popular and people like it and it's your kind of feels comfortable zone, and then you try something different, and then people come along and go, is this Ingrid? Why is she doing that?
Yeah, true. I mean, I guess I never really saw the first album as that popular, so I didn't really have the pressure of feeling,
Hey, I know someone who's got it.
Oh, that's
I know
cool.
someone who's got one.
You?
No, it was Stu. Yeah, and me.
I mean, but like, but regardless of that, like, I think, yeah, it definitely like came into my mind of like, oh my gosh, what's this next one gonna be, and what's interests me, and I guess I've just tried to constantly come back to where can I best become a better musician, where can I grow, and what's exciting me as a musician, and just following that, because I think, I don't know, it's real cliche, but it's like literally you can't like try and please everyone, so just don't bother,
I think it was might have been Henry Rollins who said, you can't keep playing the same thing for the next 30, 40 years, right? You've got to kind of diversify, change, and develop, right? And so people, when they go, oh, that band, 20 years ago, they can't keep doing the same set for 20 years, right? You grow older, you get better at what you do, you try new things. Because I was going to ask you, Ingrid, when you were talking about learning those different riffs and taking on those different styles, was it also an opportunity during that lockdown to listen to a whole load of stuff maybe that you don't have time to in your normal kind of busy life? Did you listen to some different things?
Totally. I think I just got real into blues, like hard out. And I think, or like it was starting in that lockdown and it's just been going for the last year. But yeah, I think I had a thing where I was like trying to listen to an album a day or something. I don't know how long I kept that going for, but yeah.
A day.
But
in a one-day streak.
I like tried to save them on Spotify to like remember what I'd listened to, but I think I got about, I think 5 or 6 days in. I was like, oh, this, I just picked some like real long albums at some point, or like, and I was just like, oh no, I can't get through this. Like, I just can't get through Led Zeppelin's album. Like some of them, I just can't get through all the way. I'm just like, sorry, you're boring me. Anyway.
You just can't get stoned enough to listen to a whole Led Zeppelin album, right?
But then I went back and listened to stuff, like some of the things that first got me real excited about music, and some of that was like Tom Waits, like Bone Machine. I just remember just being completely, just like wowed by the album, and I got real high and listened to that, and it was great. But I don't know if you can say that on here, whatever. But yeah.
Well, you've said it, so sure I've edited it out, or
Anyway, what was the question?
So
I don't know.
Yeah. No. What I was asking was, over the lockdown when you were trying those different riffs, and was it an opportunity for you to listen to stuff that you hadn't heard before, or as you just said, you went back to Tom Waits and had a revisit to things that you really loved?
Yeah, and I guess the blues. Yeah, as I said, didn't finish that thought. Blues stuff. I looked into. Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, anyone particular that?
Well, like I'd heard obviously like Robert Johnson and stuff, but I think there was it was more, or like again, like I remember loving some Eric Clapton stuff when I was a teenager, but then not realizing, some like white guys playing it, and I was just kind of like, oh shit, I should really go back and like see where this all came from. So I like watched a bunch of documentaries, and then I got real into Lightning Hopkins. I love Lightning Hopkins, and and like obviously like looked for the women who'd like played blues, and Elizabeth Cotton, and Sister Rosetta Tharpe and all that, and got real, yeah.
Because Frank Turner, he wrote a song about her on the No Man's
Oh,
Land,
true.
right? Frank Turner
Yeah.
wrote a song about Sister Rosa.
Mm.
Yeah, on the No Man's Land
Yeah.
album. Yeah. And talking of music, should we
Yeah,
should we have
totally.
a song? We got one of your songs
Oh,
lined
great.
up. So what one should we play, Ingrid? Would you like us to play first?
How about Baby Blue, which is on the EP, not the album. So I don't know if you've heard it.
No. So Stu, we'll organise that. So Baby Blue. So we're talking to Ingrid from Ingrid and the Ministers, and this is her track Baby Blue, and you're on Expanding Horizons on Plains FM. And you are back on Expanding Horizons on Plains FM 96.9 with Stu and Cole. And we have Ingrid all the way up there in Wellington. Wellington, is that right? Yeah, that's where you're still living and not living somewhere else, are you?
Yep.
Okay, and that was your track.
Nope.
Yeah, I'm just checking, right? You might have moved somewhere else. And that was your track,
True.
Baby Blue, off of the...
It's not New Year's, Colin.
Baby Blue off of your EP. So just tell us a little bit.
I said it's not New Year's. Doesn't matter.
Well, what did I say? Okay, so off your EP, Baby Blue, and so tell us a little bit about that, Ingrid. So your EP came out just after lockdown.
Yeah. From memory, I think. Did we record it? I don't know if it was
You're
before
telling the story, girl.
After lockdown. It was real close to lockdown on either side of it last year. Can't remember. But we went to Massey University, and my friend, I was just like, we've got a couple of songs that I knew that aren't on the album that feel like they're their own kind of little pocket of stuff. They seem to match up. And so I just got my friend Michael, who's been studying audio engineering and all that at Massey, producing and etc. And we just went into the studio and recorded the two tracks. The other one's called Effigy. And yeah, it was I enjoyed it because it was me going like playing with kind of lighter, poppier, or slightly more I guess shoegazy, poppier sounds. And we like did like a whole bunch of looping with his pedals, which was just me looping my voice, and he was just did all this pedal magic and layered it like really subtly under the tracks. And so it was just kind of playing with some new stuff like that we hadn't done before. We just kind of, it was just two guitars, bass and drums, but it was cool thinking more about the whole, texture of the song. Yeah.
So I was just going to say, through my extensive research, it was released August the 12th, 2020.
Oh, well, there you go. So after lockdown. Was that after? Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That's good. And so talking of new stuff that you've been writing, have you been writing, having an opportunity to record some stuff, or?
Well, it's funny, I've got a whole album ready to go, but we were supposed to record one track recently, but then our drummer got diagnosed with FND. Just quite happy to share this. It's what functional neurological disorder, which is a disorder where you aren't able to walk anymore, or like your automatic functions aren't as available to you. She's doing great, but so we were like all set to record that. I can talk about that more after. She's very open about it and like keen for people to know what it is because it's quite a rare disease. But so we were all set to do it, and this awful thing happened, so we couldn't record. And then we were all set to record again, and lockdown happened. So this was just for like a single track that we're applying for funding for. But luckily we just did individual tracking from home this time, and Toby Lloyd did a great job of mixing, and so we're able to submit that for some funding, which would be real nice to help towards the album, because it obviously costs a lot. And so basically I'm just kind of working out how to raise funds around that to record the rest of the album. Haven't quite worked that one out, but I'm talking to some people and getting a bit of help.
Yeah.
So that will,
and so a new album kind of underway. I'm guessing early next year, time frame wise, all things being equal, maybe. Yeah. And a tour maybe.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, I'd love to tour again. It's just been obviously because of COVID. It's like it feels like such a risk.
For sure.
But yeah, and I've and because I totally organised the first one, it was great, but it was quite I don't know, felt a bit daunted about organising a whole second one. But I've got a good friend who's keen to help us manage that and help us actually produce a tour, and that feels really great having some just another person there to help with that.
Someone carry the load for sure. Hey? So that's exciting though, isn't it? A new album.
Oh yeah.
And, yeah, that is super exciting, and especially with a tour on the back of it, that would be wonderful. That would be wonderful. Hope you get back down to Christchurch.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Hey, I'm always worried about time, and so I think maybe we could get another song, Ingrid, if you've got another track
sure.
that you want to play. Maybe something off the first album.
Yeah, totally. Well, how about just Pepper and Sand? Not just Pepper and Sand. Pepper and Sand.
No, I think we played that the last time you were on, which was great.
Yeah.
So Pepper and Sand. Okay. So we're gonna play Pepper and Sand, which was off of Ingrid's first album, and you're Expanding Horizons on Plains FM 96.9. Okay, you are back on Expanding Horizons on Plains FM 96.9 with Stu and Cole and Ingrid in Wellington, and we were just playing Pepper and Sand from Ingrid and the Ministers. So we have Ingrid she's in her place, we're in our place, but it's good to be talking to you, Ingrid. So I'm excited by this whole idea of this new album coming, right? So you got some new sounds, because you were talking earlier about how you've been trying out some new sounds for yourself. So have you got some new sounds for the band, or is it, tried and trusted and what you're comfortable with?
No, well, we've actually got a new guitarist and a new bass player, because life happened and the other two couldn't do it anymore, and so these two. So obviously the sound has changed because a couple of new people have come in. And the new guitarist is he's really into blues as well, and that's one of the reasons that I kind of wanted him to join. So he's real into White Stripes and Black Keys and stuff like that. And those are bands I've been like always into, but not really properly listened. Just kind of been like, oh, that sounds great, but never kind of dissected what they're doing or anything. So we had a few jams, and he started kind of, he just showed me a few things, and I was like, oh my God, yeah, great, I can play this, and so I've just been like hitting the fuzz pedal and like getting into, like blues mode and trying to come up with blues, like there are a couple that are nearly straight blueses, but they have kind of slightly unpredictable, you're not too, it stays on the, doesn't really go to the 5 chord, or it like goes really briefly only once, or just playing with the structure so that it's not exactly your typical 12 bar, but that it still has some of that feel feel of it, and big solos. And I've been trying to get into better at soloing, and I've been like, that's why I've been working my riffs and like
nice.
got a few solos and that, and so it's real exciting for me because it feels like it's just like stepping up the guitar playing, and it feels like it's like the kind of music I'm starting to be able to play, the kind of music I really want to be playing, or like playing, and not just kind of strumming along to it.
I was just, when you were saying that, I was thinking about Grace Potter. Like today, I got an email, like from Grace Potter's got a new album. Or no, she's got some live online gig thing coming up. But I remember when she was with the Nocturnals, right? Big powerhouse on stage playing guitar. They were a big bluesy kind of.
Great.
It was a great thing
what's that? The
to watch.
Nocturnals.
So,
no, I was just saying. Race that track, Race with the Devil by Girl School. Have you heard that?
Oh, I haven't, but I know Girl School.
The whole Girl School. Have you heard Girl School?
Well,
oh my God! Like I've just been like raving about it.
Have you? Way back in the early '80s, they did a split single called "The Valentine's Day Massacre" with Motorhead. It was a
they played with Motorhead. Yeah.
So when I was younger and grew up in England, like Girls' School were in that whole like late '70s, early '80s British heavy metal revival. Along with Motorhead and all that kind of stuff. They were great, right? They were great.
They're great, yeah. And some of them, their songs are blues. Obviously they just pay homage to that, and they're just straight up bluesers, and it's great. Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago,
that's the next song I want to play.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
I was just going to say we should play them. We can do that.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I was going to say a couple of weeks ago we were playing Thunder Pussy, weren't we, Stu? The band Thunder Pussy.
Yep.
I'm not sure if you've heard of them, Ingrid, but I think you'd really dig them as well. For great guitar players, and Thunder Pussy. So check them out as well.
Yeah, they're plenty of energy on stage, right?
Yeah, I think you'd really dig them. But yeah, so should we play that track while we're talking about that Girls' School track?
All right, so you're on Expanding Horizons on Plains FM, and this is Race with the Devil from Girls' School. All right, you're on Expanding Horizons with Stu and Cole, and Ingrid's here as well. And that was, and I've forgotten. That was
Motorhead.
No, it wasn't.
No, Motorhead. It was Girls' School.
What are you talking about?
Girls' School.
It was Girls' School. Yeah, Ride with the Devil.
Yeah, sorry.
Thanks, Cole. Thanks for helping me out, but you didn't.
Yeah, no worries. I was going to ask you, Ingrid, you were talking just before we went to that track about how you got some new members in the band. And I was thinking to myself, did you, I don't know, do you advertise, or is it just people that you kind of played with or you knew because of someone else, or how did you kind of get them into the band? Because I wonder, do you just go up and go, hey, I got a band, do you want to be in it?
Yeah, sometimes that works, eh?
Does it?
Yeah. This time, I was just this guy, Seamus, who's the guitarist, runs this open mic in Wellington. I started going to because I really wanted. It's a really good open mic. Lots of great people go there and play, and I really wanted to practice my solo stuff. Just and I was like, oh man, this guy's good. Like he's just just play blues for hours. And so I was just like, yeah, we just kind of became friends, and I just asked him if he wanted to have a jam. So we just had a couple. He was like, yeah, sure, and we just had a couple of jams. They were kind of like semi-lessons, semi-jams. And then eventually we exchanged albums. He was like, because they came out at the same time. I was like, oh, here's my album. And he's like, gave me his album. And so we listened,
just pulled it out of your pocket.
I just carrying it around in my bag.
Essentially. And yeah, so and we were both just kind of mutually like, oh, I really like what you're doing. And so eventually, like, I didn't want to, it was more of a, just gradually over time, he just came and played with the rest and, tried out a couple of times. It was all very casual, it felt. And then it kind of Kim, the drummer, kind of looked at me and was just like, after he left, and was just like we'd be idiots not to get him to join the band. Like he's he's just be really good. It'd just be great for the band. It just works. And we both kind of felt that. So we were like, cool. And then the bass player is actually his bass player from his band, which from James's band. So we both.
Is this band broken up?
No, they're still playing. But like lots of people are in several bands, right? And so especially in Wellington, people are in like, some people are 8, 9, 10 bands.
Wow.
And I didn't at first. It's crazy, especially jazz. Jazz musicians, and the bass player's a jazz trained musician, so he just does gigs all the time, all over the show. And at first I thought, we probably shouldn't get the same bass player as have like half the band. But he just came and had a jam, and it was great. And we were like, oh, well, screw it. Let's just work with this, because it works.
It fitted, and it felt good, right?
So
yeah. And so with that, Ingrid, with the new album, do you think that they've brought a whole new vibe or feel to the band and the way you play?
Totally.
I mean, apart from you individually, just the whole vibe.
Yeah, it's a lot. Someone described it at our first gig with them just as a lot more upfront and pushy. As a lot more like that Love by Proxy track that we did. It's all like faster and more rock and roll and louder and just like direct. Which is great,
cool, right?
Exactly. That's the direction I wanted to go in. So that's that just worked out. Yeah.
Cool. Should we have one more song, Stu? Because we're probably getting close to time, aren't we? Should we?
For sure.
What do you want to play there, Ingrid? We've got one more track, one defining track for the whole show. No pressure on you.
Cool. All good. Well, I guess Love by Proxy then.
Yeah.
Would be.
Cool.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
All right. So you're on Expanding Horizons on Plains FM. We're talking to Ingrid from Ingrid and the Ministers, and this is Love by Proxy. You are back on Expanding Horizons on Plains FM 96.9 with Stu and Cole and Ingrid, and you were just listening to Love by Proxy from Ingrid and the Ministers. So Ingrid, it's been wonderful, right? It's been so good to have a chat with you again, and
well, it's been good for us.
Yeah. Well, you don't think it's been good? Oh, you're laughing. You're like, did I say the wrong thing? It's been crap, really, has it?
It's been great. No, you just switch into very genuine, which it's lovely.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, but sorry. It's been wonderful. It's been a wonderful way to spend our Friday evening, which has been our show.
What are you talking about, Colin? We're doing this live on a Saturday.
Oh, yeah. Saturday,
what are you talking about?
You're going to edit that out, aren't you?
Maybe
he will. But anyway, Ingrid, it's been really wonderful to see and hear you again, and it's exciting that you've got a new album in the works, and the band is developing, and your guitar playing is developing as well. So, we look forward to having you back in the studio with us and seeing you on stage again.
Oh.
Not in another year though. Let's do it before then.
Yeah.
Hey? Yeah.
ASAP.
And, keep rocking out with those guitar riffs, girl. You need to get. Yeah, that's it, like that. I was just checking which finger you were holding up in case you were being rude to me. And I was just going to say, I'm going to see you like in a leather jacket, leather pants, big rocking boots, and doing some Susie Quattro.
Yeah.
Neville Drive. Yeah. All right. Thanks, Ingrid. It's been wonderful.
Thank you.
Colin, all show, it's just been bugging me, but can you do me a favour for the people who are watching? Can you put your headphones down like that? Because that makes you look like Lobot from The Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, do I have to take my glasses off?
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Is that cool?
That's good. Lobot, it's uncanny.
I know, right? When they make another Star Wars, man, I'm on it. I'm just going to turn up like that, and they'll go, "Of course, that's you." I'm worried the whole time about the shine on my head.
Yeah, you should be. See, mine looks like a Mine looks like a halo, or I've got a really good idea. It's like, ching,
Oh yeah, above your head.
ching.
All right, that's cool. All right, so anyway,
Enough.
so there's no sign of the Firebird this weekend,
Oh.
but people can keep their eyes and ears on YouTube to see if there is any bridge pin stuff coming out.
They should, but they should also get on YouTube and Facebook and everywhere else and check out Ingrid and the Ministers.
They should, yeah. And start getting all her stuff. Buy some albums, right?
Yeah.
Buy all those albums that you've
We've
got.
only got 20 left, so better get in there.
See? Yeah, get in there before she gives them away to someone next time she needs a band member. She'll turn up with like a full ska band, and like every one of them will have an album. Join my band, get a free album. Anyway,
Right,
it's been great.
Enough.
But Stu, it's probably time we got up
And got down.
and stayed inside. And
We'll see you next week.
later.
Okay,
Bye.
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 What don't they